Hear me in the World Vibes Radio. Why they my use ya? Not take no talkie. Be careful of some places where you walk. Some no know God, them no read Bible. Then we shoot you down with them rifle. Do not bring no guns, come to town. It's World Vibes, tell them leave that at home. Them better bring love, come to town. It's I say spread the joy around. World Vibes Radio. And not taking this, you know. Let's go and teach your youth them. Play some good music. Educate them.
Yo, check this out. This is Anthony Cruz, and you don't know it's the Diaspora Connection featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans with Joshua. Keep it locked, man. Blaze it hot. Anthony Cruz to that.
Yeah. I'll never go in wrong congregation. Why? Rastaman about pagans, so I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give out the guidance. I'll never say what the daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie I trust and obey. Rasta words are his thoughts. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give out the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked heart say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. All the eyes be no guile, so mythology and illusion I'll be always burning. Corruption and confusion will be shown in the ash bin. Can't fool the Rastaman with your false doctrine, your false teaching. Oh, what a sin thing. Justice in disguise, it's salvation that is seeking. From the throne of David, yeah, it's obvious that is drifting. You have no respect for the King of all kings, so his name I'll be always exalting. So I'll never go where pagans go. Never do what heathens do, cause Rastafari give out the guidance. I'll never say what the daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie I trust and obey. Rasta words are pure substance. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give out the guidance. Never say what the wicked heart say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. All the eyes be no guys, so I'll never go astray from my roots and my culture. Neither will I forget my homeland, Mama Africa. So go me can go and separate from the vipers, from the hypocrites and from the vampires. Hail the King of Kings, for he giveth all the powers. Born in Ethiopia, look, it's written in the scriptures. Who are the righteous? Hey, they are the truth seekers. Woe be unto you, boss leaders. So I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give out the guidance. Never say what the daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie I trust and obey. Rasta words are the substance. I'll never.
I'll let go this year one, yeah.
Lord have mercy. Whoa, well. We burn a fire, pana we got Babylon and the free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with a frown. Me burn a fire, pana we got Babylon and the free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with a frown. The work goes for so long on them plantation, and me never get paid. Or gold they stole away, how many life them slay. Now them works and slap them in them face. Why yes, you and your crew can go too well, cause after we know under your colonial spell, and all those false doctrine that you compel. Hey, and all those books you stole away, all those kids you led astray. Wait on your judgment day. Bobby wrong, me burn a fire pan a week and Babylon and them free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with a frown. Me burn a fire pan a week and Babylon and them free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with a frown. come trick you with them black and white. Whoa, Lord, hey. But be careful what you sign, 'cause some things get you victimized, and it will get you paranoid. So burn them out, fire burn a week, God, Babylon and them free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. You burn a fire burn a week, God, Babylon and them free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Boy, boy.
Pull it up, selector. And Lego this year one, yeah.
Victory is mine. Victory is mine. Whoa, 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 yeah. I'll climb any mountain, swim the deepest sea, searching for my love that was prepared for me. How is it taking so long? Ooh, be so long gone. Why can't I be the man I wanna be, when Jah has ordained that I should be free? Well, win or lose is the Father's road I choose. Though friends may let me down, Jah will let me wear His crown. Yeah, win or lose is the Father's road I choose. Though friends may let me down, Jah will let me wear His crown. How are people so bad? Why you living so sad? In this world of a fantasy, they don't want to see reality. How it is taking so long? When they live as one? God has given everything for you and me. We don't lose. It's the Father's will I choose. The friends may tie down. Jah will let me wear His crown. Yeah, we don't lose. It's the Father's road I choose. The friends may tie down. Yes, Jah let me wear His crown. Yeah, what glory it will be when my Savior I will see. What glory it would be, dwelling up in ecstasy. Glory it would be, when the children of Jah will see victory. Glory, oh sweet glory. Lord, Lord, I climb any mountain, swim the deepest sea. Knowing victory is mine, it's only a matter of time. Why is it taking so long? When will this battle be won? I've been working hard for thee, oh Lord. When will I get my reward? Win or lose is the Father's road I choose. The friends may let me down, Jah will never let me down. Win or lose is the Father's road I choose. The friends may let me down, Jah will let me wear His crown. Yeah, oh, oh,
listening to The Messenger, Luciano, the Kabbalah man. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Diaspora Connection featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans. My name is Joshua, and welcome to episode 149, Tuesday, December 17th. We're in the month of Sagittarius, the month of miracles. I hope this has been a miracle month for you so far, and if not, then maybe what you'll hear tonight will help you to manifest those miracles that you need in your life. Because that's why we're here. We're here to share information, intelligence about a spiritual system known as Kabbalah. Kabbalah is based upon the teachings of the Old Testament. Kabbalah is a science and not a religion. If you are familiar with the Old Testament, these teachings will not be foreign to you because it is commentary on the 5 books of Moses: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. It is conversations between rabbis, the main one being Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who was a contemporary of Jesus, student of the great Rabbi Akiva, and was the main channel of revelation of this wisdom. He was the one who channeled the wisdom, being taught by Moses and Elijah the prophet, and direct revelation from the Creator. Had conversations with his friends, discussing words of Torah, concepts of the Bible, quotes from the Bible, concepts, secrets, technology, a total revelation to help us in this generation to use the wisdom, to use the secrets, and to overcome our challenges in this world. That is what the wisdom is given to us for. That is why we are here. I've been studying this for the last 16 years. By the way, my name is Joshua. And I was raised a Christian. And my mother always used to tell me, in order to be a good Christian, you have to be a good Jew. Meaning that the Jewish law is the foundation. The concepts and the precepts that were given to the Israelites in the Old Testament are all foundational and should have never been removed, except for the ones that were obvious, like for instance sacrifice and offerings, because there's no holy temple anymore. But the concepts, the holidays, the cosmic openings that the Creator revealed to Israel to observe, Rosh Hashanah, Passover, Sukkot, all of those holidays, those cosmic openings that the Creator gave us, the secrets that the Creator gave us to tap into the cosmic, the energy that is available during that time. That is what the holidays are all about, my friends. Okay? Now, all Israelites, all Jews who practice will not know the depth of what it is that they do, because many do it out of tradition. But the Kabbalist does nothing out of tradition. As a student of Kabbalah, you follow a system. The system that has been revealed by the great sages. A system that has proven its worth. Success, abundance, health, finances, influence, unity. The set of people that embraces and follows the ways of the scriptures are unified, have abundance, influential, supportive of each other. That's the characteristics of those who follow that system, the Israelite system, following the laws and the precepts of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, further revealed by Moses on Mount Sinai. And the wisdom known as the Kabbalah, which Moses taught the heads of the tribes, and the heads of the tribes taught their students. And so it was handed down until Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and his friends revealed the words of the Zohar. And the Zohar is so magical in that it is written in Aramaic. Aramaic is a derivative of Hebrew. It uses the same 22 Hebrew letters in the alphabet. And it's magical. It's been uniquely designed to transmit light force energy. The Hebrew letters, the 22 Hebrew letters, were uniquely designed to transmit light force energy. That is why, again, the people who have that as their natural language are extremely powerful people. These are the people who are unified. These are the people who have abundance. The secrets that were given to the Israelites were not intended to be only for them. And when I say for them, the whole concept of Israel, Israelite, is the one who follows the law of God, the one who follows the knowledge of the tree of life, the three-column system, right, left, and central, the 10 sefirot. Israel are those who follow the laws of God and the laws of the universe, which are the laws of the universe. And when the Creator says, excuse me, forgive me. So when the Creator says to us in the Old Testament, in particular in Deuteronomy, choose you who this day you shall serve. And what he means by serving is that he laid down the whole idea of the Creator giving Israel the laws, the rituals, is to inform them of the spiritual system that the Creator had in place. And all those rituals were designed to sweeten judgment. Sacrifice and offerings were given to Israel to sweeten judgment because the wages of sin is death, plain and simple. And therefore they needed a system by which they could appease, not so much appease the dark force, but again, the law that is in place is that the wages of sin is death. It's either your death or the death of something else. Not your blood, something or someone else's blood. And therefore, the animals, yes? Now, why? Why was that necessary? Because man's actions, man's negative actions, create a force of negativity in the world that manifests as chaos. And I think we can say we have a certain level of chaos in the world today that would lead us to believe that things really bad, that the negativity of man is really at a high level because of the amount of chaos that is out there. And the reason why we are here is to give you tools to protect yourself against the chaos. And that tool is wisdom, understanding, because you have to understand how the system's set up. It's like anything else in life. If you want to be successful at it, if you play a game, you got to understand the game, the rules of the game, how to get ahead in the game. Life is a deadly game. And again, the reason why the Creator came to Israel and said, look, I saw the thing said, come and be my special people. I'm going to tell you all the secrets so that you can take advantage of the system. Yeah, take advantage of the system. Work with the system. Learn how to work with the system. And because the wages of sin is death, we can't do about that because I saw the thing set. I saw me set it, right? because the wages of sin is death, here is a tool that you can use to sweeten the judgment that's going to come. Here are tools, not just one tool, but many tools and understandings, okay, of how to sweeten judgment that's coming your way and to avoid it. All right? Those secrets were given to Israel. Because that is why you see them so successful all around the world. They understand the secrets. This wisdom is now available to man, all man. And here we're bringing it to Jamaicans. This is not religion. We're not here teaching ethics. What you should do and what you shouldn't do. We're teaching you how to connect to the light force, the source, by engaging in activities such as study, as we're doing, discussion, keeping our mind occupied with the knowledge of the creative force and the system that he has in place. Because we are living in a world that is very chaotic. And he has given us, he has promised us that if we follow his statutes and his precepts, that it will be well with us and for us and our families. That is God's promise. And I believe it 100%. But this is not faith without understanding. This is understanding, right? Learning about the system, trusting the documents that have been widely accepted as the highest forms of spiritual wisdom available to man. Because only in the teachings of Kabbalah you get to understand how the evil inclination works. You learn about the 3-column system, the tree of life, the 10 sphirot, and the cosmic openings that are available for man to tap into, to assist him in this world of action. Just by learning Kabbalah and studying the Zohar, you will erase tens of years. Okay? Tens of years of judgment. Because guess what? Reincarnation is a fact. We've all been here before. We wouldn't be here right now if we hadn't been here before and did not accomplish our goal. We're all here because we have something to work out. Either we did something wrong in the past life, or we have a knowledge, a wisdom, a light to bring to the world. A unique light to bring to the world. There's only 2 reasons why we come here. Either to work out a tikkun, which is a correction from a past life, behavior from a past life, or to be an avatar, which is a person who has come here just to reveal a unique light to the world. So again, For those of you listening for the first time, as a student of Kabbalah for the last 16 years, and seeing the benefits of its practice in my life, and I see it in the life of others, because I've witnessed this and experienced this, I wanted to share it with my fellow Jamaicans, because God knows we can use it. One very potent tool that we use in the fight of darkness in Jamaica is the distribution of the Zohar. We have distributed thousands of pocket-sized Zohars. And the mini-sized Zohar is a source of protection, spiritual protection. And if you would like, actually, I'm going to give out my phone number, the number here to the studio. And if you'd like to get a pocket-sized Zohar for your protection, give us a call. The number here is country code +1 516 965 5700. That's country code +1 516 965 5700. All right. So, again, for those of you who are new, more about what Kabbalah is. Again, Kabbalah is a body of wisdom that, again, if you're familiar with the Old Testament, this is not foreign, but it's just much deeper. And you'll see the scriptures like you've never seen it before. Because Kabbalah teaches that the Old Testament is totally encoded. The 5 books of Moses, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, are all encoded, heavily encoded. And although by reading the story on the surface, you may glean some, apparent wisdom, but everything is so concealed. It is concealed in a story. But the energy and the magnificence is hidden. It is shrouded by the story. So Kabbalah helps to reveal helps to give us a bridge, a connection point, helps us to connect to the source. Because man was intended to connect to the source. The only reason why an intermediary was created is because man was not ready. But he was designed to have direct connection to the Creator, not to have an intermediary. The intermediary was only temporary. Only temporary. So when Christianity says that Jesus is the only way, I say that's a misconception of what he said, a misinterpretation of what he said. Yes, he said that no man can come unto the Father but by me. Yes, he did. Well, it is written, it is documented as him saying that. So I'll give them that. Now, to say he was not trying to say that he was the only way to the Creator. What he was saying, he was channeling the central column known as Zir and Pin and the Sphira, the level of Tiferet. Because what he was saying is that no man can go to the upper three Sphirot, known as the Father, without going through the Son, without going through Zir and Pin. When you study Kabbalah, this is what you understand. Not that he was putting himself as the gateway to God. Not at all. Not at all. He was not doing that. And I would like to welcome Batel, our good friend from California, to the call. Good evening, Batel. How are you?
Good evening.
Oh, beautiful. So nice of you.
I wasn't sure, but I said, you know what? I have desire, and I told my friend to come a little bit later. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'm
Oh,
excited to be with you and share
this,
good things, you know.
oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful. You know, I was just sharing with the listeners that the reason that we're here is to share information that can help them in their lives. And the secrets, Kabbalah is the study of the secrets, God's secrets, the secrets of the universe that he gave to Israel because he wanted them to have an advantage. And that is why everywhere in the world, those people who study and practice this system, which is based in Judaism, those who have the Hebrew letters as their natural language, that is why you can see their advantage throughout the world. And anyone who adopts this and follows the same system will be as successful and will be as blessed. And the Creator reveals so many secrets to Israel again so that they would have an advantage. Showed them how to sweeten judgment because the wages of sin is death. There's nothing he could do about that. That is how the system was set up, cause and effect. But he told Israel how to and what to do to combat negativity and how to be at an advantage. So the tools, the more we engage ourselves with the tools, the more we are connecting with the source, because the tools help to connect us to the source. When we pray, we're connecting to the source. When we study, we're connecting to the source. When we read the Zohar or hear the Zohar, we're connecting to the source. And and that's one of the reasons our friend Batel is with us tonight, to, read Zohar for us. She wasn't feeling so well, but she still decided to come and spend some time with us. And And for those of you who are new to the program on Tuesdays, so Diaspora Connection airs 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Tuesday and Wednesday nights. On Tuesday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, we switch over to a 30-minute Zohar reading, okay, which is hosted by the Kabbalah Center. And that 30 minutes is dedicated to Jamaica. What does that mean? It means that the reading of the Zohar, and that's all we do, we just read Zohar in Aramaic and in English. And just by reading the Zohar, we are opening up channels so the light force can flow into this world. Very powerful channels for the light force, because the Zohar, the words of the Zohar are written in Aramaic, which is higher than Hebrew. It connects us to the level in the tree of life known as Binah. And it has transformative power. So anytime that we hear or we study or we scan with our eyes from right to left the Zohar, we are connecting to the source. And we are opening a portal for the light force to enter into this world. I asked, so happy that Batel is with us, and I wanted to share this passage out of Vayeshev, which is, the portion of Vayeshev is Genesis chapter 37 to 40. And it's a story of Joseph. How he was sold as a slave into Egypt by his brothers, right? And was thrown in jail because of his demeanor and his character. He became the master of the jail, was called out from the jail to interpret a dream by Pharaoh, and because of the correct interpretation, he was promoted to be second to the Pharaoh. And the two dreams, right? The dreams that the Pharaoh had, one with, there would be 7 years of plenty, and then the 7 years of famine. So, the story of Joseph. And when we study the Zohar, we study the Zohar of the portion that we're going to read this coming Shabbat. The Kabbalist, the Israelite Shabbat is on Saturday. It begins Friday night at sundown and ends sundown Saturday night. And those of you in Jamaica who might be Seventh-day Adventists are very familiar with this because they follow that Jewish way, that Israelite way. And there are a lot of Seventh-day Adventists in Jamaica. So, when we study the Zohar, again, we open up channels. And the words do the work themselves. All we have to do is be a channel for them to enter into this world. And it will do its job. It will do what it does. And there was a portion that we were I was saying that we studied the Zohar of the upcoming portion that we're going to read. Ezra, the prophet, he was a priest also, received divine inspiration to divide up the 5 books of Moses into 52 sections. They're called parshas. And every week, barring holidays, a different portion is read. And it's in sequential order. So this coming Saturday, We're going to be reading the portion of Vayeshev. So we studied all this week the portion of Vayeshev. Yes, Batel?
It is my Hebrew birthday today, and it's my parasha. So
Today is your Hebrew birthday?
correct. That's why I wanted to push myself. My friend just got here, so we want to
Oh
have
my goodness.
that. But
Wow.
thank you for the opportunity. Thank
Wow.
you. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That is special.
hmm
Really, really special. Thank you so much for being here. Wow. So, um, just, of course, we would love to keep you, but let me pull up what I wanted to read. So let's see. I sent to you, it was 6, I think, right?
Correct.
Vayeshev 6. Okay, let's see.
Do you want me to get the Zohar
Oh,
or
I'm going to put it up on the screen.
okay?
Yeah,
Either way, that's good.
I'm going to put it up on the screen. Let's see. Share. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Okay, this 3, 6. All right. Hmm. Now, was it 6? Let's see. I asked you to. I'm just now seeing your text. Wow.
No, it's all good.
I'm so sorry.
No need. I'm also running from one thing to another.
Oh my goodness. Let's see.
And I'm gonna have the chutzpah.
Let's see this. I don't think it's 4. Back one more. 74. So it's the next one. Okay. 3. Let's see. Really? 74. No, that's not right. Why can't I get this right? 3. Next is 4. Wow, this is interesting. It jumps. You know what? Let me see. Because online, this jumps from, let's see,
No
74.
worries. I'm gonna
It's actually chapter 3. It should be chapter 3. Let's see. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay. All right. Can you see my screen?
yeah.
This is your portion, Vayeshev. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
I should find a way to. Vayeshev is will sit like he would settle, and I'm having a hard time settling.
Okay. Okay. Um. Ah. yeah, here it is. Okay. Vayeshev. Yeah, I was in the wrong portion. That's why I was confused. So, it's, let's see. You know what? But I'm gonna have to take a quick break, and I'm gonna play a song, and when I get back,
Okay.
we'll read. Okay?
Okay.
2 minutes or less. Thank
Oh, Father, watch in Zion. Hear our voice, O Jah, today in our prayer, and accept our thanksgiving. Father, we thank thee for all that you have done and for what you're doing now. Oh, yeah, yeah. The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He restoreth my soul. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes a laugh as though you're glad. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes a laugh as though you're glad. Little children love you well. Love all the wondrous tales you tell. Love to watch you come and go in the tides that heaven blow. Yet though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, cause Jah is with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you laugh as though you're glad. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you laugh as though you're glad. Little children love you well. Love all the wondrous tales you tell. Love to watch you come and go in the tides that heaven flow. Though so strong and great you are, love, love, love. Stretching deep, wide and far, yeah. Tiny vessels safe you keep, rocking them gently as to sleep. Wild and rough though you may be, when you are angry mighty sea. When the storm is gone we find you're still a playmate kind. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you laugh as though you're glad. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you laugh as
you.
though
On the
you're
Give Strength
glad.
album, Splashing, Dashing, as you know, he was saying one of the Psalms. So, welcome back everyone to another episode of Diaspora Connection, featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans. My name is Joshua, and we have as a special guest tonight Batel, our good friend from Los Angeles. You're in LA, right, Batel?
Yes.
Yes. And it's a very special day because it's her Hebrew birthday. And she so graciously decided to join us tonight to read some Zohar for us. But I really wanted to say how much of an honor it is because, you know, something I learned from my Persian friends that on your birthday, and I think we spoke about this on my birthday because, you know, you joined me for my birthday as well. This is so amazing. On air, yeah. We shared our
But
birthdays together on air. So,
yes, you know what, but Joshua, you doing your work, gave me an opportunity and motivate me to actually, give me, how to say it, a way of sharing my life in that aspect too. So
absolutely,
I acknowledge
absolutely.
you for your commitment and for what you're doing, Joshua.
Oh, thank you, my dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But you make it so much more enjoyable because you speak the language so well, as our listeners will hear, and so let's do it. So let's see. I'm going to share that with our. There we go, and you can see now. So the Zohar again, friends, is commentary on different aspects of the five books of Moses, right? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And Vayeshev, as I said before, is Genesis chapter 30, I think it's 28 to 30. What is it? Hold on. Right? And the story of Joseph. Now, this one is taking a quote out of Genesis, and it is, "Now Israel loved Joseph." Yes, this is a statement out of the Torah. And I will read the synopsis because it's important to understand, because everything is encoded. Even this, so Kabbalah teaches that the entire Torah is encoded. So the stories are a covering for the wisdom. So you have to look under the cover to really understand, to get the understanding. And the Zohar helps us to look under the cover. And because we won't understand it if we just read it plainly on the surface. So here's the synopsis of this particular section. It says, using the story of Joseph and his many-colored coat is an analogy. Rabbi Elazar discusses the spirituality, privileged person, the spiritually privileged position of the children of Israel, and the enmity this inspires in adulterous nations. We learn that Jacob's love for Joseph over his brothers and the coat that he gave Joseph was the immediate cause of the exile itself. Wow. Which is in turn shown to be a parable of human history. Now the relevance. The children of Israel are designated as the chosen people in response to the measure of their internal vessel, which is the desire to receive. Their desire to receive, which is much more intense than that of other nations. Let me repeat that. The children of Israel were designated as the chosen people in response to the measure of their internal vessel, which is the desire to receive. Their desire to receive was much more intense than that of any other nation. So I want to be clear. The Zohar wants to be clear here and to clear up any misunderstanding. That chosen doesn't mean special. Special in the sense that they had something that other people didn't have, which was the strongest desire to receive. You know, there's a term that those who are non-Israelite, non-Jews may use, right, to describe this desire to receive, and it's greed and to want and to have. And the Zohar tells us there's nothing wrong with that. We just need to learn how to transform it. So the Israelite had the strongest desire to receive, more than any other nation. And that is why the Creator chose them to give them His law, His secrets, to tame. Because if He could do it in them, the rest of the world would no problem. It says, for this reason, they are the channel through which the light of the Creator emerges into our world. When the desire to receive is directed towards the self alone, there is a lack of light in our world, and this instigates negative repercussions from other nations. These other nations sense the lack of light, which creates enmity between them and the children of Israel, and is ultimately the cause for the continuing exile. Thus, exile is both a personal and an historical occurrence. When the hardships of life reach their extreme, this is a spiritual connection to the exile of the children of Israel, which exists to this very day. The exile is also an effect of our failure to direct our desires towards positive and sharing causes. The spiritual forces of liberation present in this passage can hasten both our personal redemption and also the final redemption of the entire world. Wow. So just by reading this Zohar now, we are awakening forces that will promote what this just said. And for those of you who are listening, to understand that the Israelite, if you choose to follow the precepts that the Creator laid down for us in the 5 books of Moses, you are an Israelite. You're a believer. And those laws, those precepts will apply to you if you so choose. It doesn't matter where you were born. The people who have Israelite souls were not born or reincarnated into Israelite bodies, or born in a particular part of the world where they're naturally Israelite people. But they have an Israelite soul, such as myself. Being born and raised of Jamaican parents, Judaism is not practiced in Jamaica for the most part. It's Christianity. But when it was awakened within me to follow that way, I come to realize I'm an Israelite. And I'm here to tell you that if you have a heart to follow the Creator's ways, you're an Israelite. You take it on because it's been awakened within you, because you have an Israelite soul. So Batel, again, I want to say how much of an honor it is to really be here with you on your birthday, and the energy of your full potential, which is revealed on your Hebrew birthday. And the energy that you, your full potential of your energy. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you.
Are you able to see my screen okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, verse 74, please.
One soul with all the righteous. וישראל אהב את יוסף מכל בניו, כי בן זקונים הוא לו, ועשה לו כותונת פסים. רבי אלעזר פתח ואמר, לך עמי בוא בחדריך, וסגור דלתיך בידיך. חבי כמעט רגע עד יעבור זעם. לך עמי בוא בחדריך. תח אזי, כמה קודשה בריחו. רחים לו לישראל, ובגין רחמותה דלהון. דרכים לון על כל אמין עובדי כוכבים ומזלות, אזהר לון, ובאי לנטרה לון, בכל מה דאינון עבדין.
Thank you so much. And you said that you have a little cold. Is that what you said before?
Correct, yeah.
You know, and it's interesting. You did the right thing by coming here tonight because you know the the cold manifests because there's light in you that you need to share.
Mm. Mm.
Right? That's when a person gets ill is because the light stays. It doesn't get to pass through and it has the negative effect on it because it's too much light.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So the fact that you're here sharing tonight with us is definitely going to help you. So thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so very much.
you.
Verse 74, one soul with the Rav and carrying all the Sadiqim, all the righteous. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a striped coat. This is out of Genesis chapter 37, verse 3. Rabbi Elazar began the discussion with the verse, "Come, my people, enter you into your chambers and shut your doors about you. Hide yourself for a little moment until the indignation be overpast." This is out of Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. So here you see the Zohar is using various different parts of the entire Old Testament, not just the 5 books. Here's a piece from Isaiah, and of course the first one was from Genesis. It continues, "Come and behold, how much did the Holy One, blessed be he, love Israel? He had more love for them than for all the other heathen nations, because he warned them and guarded them in their actions." Oh, I you know, I often, the picture that comes to my mind is that the creator looks and he sees a people, he sees, these children of Abraham. I mean, he promised Abraham, huh? And that's the whole thing. God is a man of is a man of his word. He promised Abraham, even though the children of Israel didn't really deserve, just like we, right? Because the whole story of the children of Israel in the Old Testament is just a microcosm for humanity, and and that's why when we follow the stories, right? When we ride the wave of the energy of the stories, we can benefit from the energy that is released. And the more we know about those energies that are being released, is more we can tap into them, because if we don't know about them, we can't connect to them. Plain and simple. If we don't know what's happening, if we don't know what's available, we can't connect to it. So that's why study is so important. Batel, verse 75, please.
תחזה תלת הזמנין, אית ביומה דדינה, שריה בעלמה וכד עתי, ההוא זמנה, מבאי לברנש, לאיז דהרה, ולאיס תמרה, דלה יפגע. בההוא דינה, ואינון זמנין, ידיען והא כמוה.
Thank you. Verse 75. Come and behold, judgment hovers about the world 3 times a day. During these times, it behooves a man to take heed and be watchful lest judgment shall fall upon him. This is so at specific times, as has already been explained. So again, here the Zohar is helping us to understand. Again, it's teaching us how the system is set up. Here it tells us that judgment hovers around the world 3 times a day. Doesn't tell us what those times are, but it just tells us that 3 specific times of the day is when judgment is the most. So This is the instruction that the Creator is giving us, and giving Israel, or anybody who wants to read it. Really and truly, anyone who wants to read it and follow it. It's not restricted to anyone. Batel, verse 76, please.
בגין דהה כד סלק צפרה, אברהם יתאר בעלמה, ואחד לדינה לקשרה בהדי, ובשירותה דתלת שאי קמייתה, נטל דינה מאתרי, להתארה ביעקב, עד דאיתאר צלותה דמנחה, דאהדר דינה לאתרי, ויתאר דינה על דלתתה, להתקשרה בדינה, דלילה דהה כדן התקשר דינה בדינה, ובאי לאיז דהרה.
Thank you. Yeah, the way you read, it's so easy for me to follow.
Thank you.
The diction is, yeah.
I'm also can be able to read one more, and then
Yes,
I
that's
have to
fine.
run. So.
Thank you so much. Verse 76. The 3 times are when morning comes and Abraham is awakened into the world, where he holds on to judgment, so that he is attached to it. Within the first 3 hours, judgment is given from its place to be awakened within Jacob, until the time is come for Mincha, which is afternoon prayer. Then the lower judgment is stirred to be attached to the upper judgment. Then one judgment joins another, and it behooves us to be on our guard. Now, there's going to be a lot of things in the Zohar that don't necessarily make sense. We shouldn't let that stop us from absorbing and embracing the light into our soul. And Batel, this will be your final verse for tonight. Verse 77, please.
That's a good number. תור כדינה יתאר בעלמה, ומותה ישתכח במתה. לה לבאי, לברנש, למהך יחידי בשוקה. והאו כמנה מילי, אלא באי, לאסגרה גרמי, דלה יפוק לבר. כמה דאוקומוה בנוח, דאסגר גרמי, בתבותה, דלה ישתכח, כמי מחבלה.
Okay, verse 77. Moreover, when judgment is upon the world and death is in the marketplace, no man should walk alone in a public place, as has been explained elsewhere. Man should shut himself in and never venture out, as Noah did when he shut himself in the ark to avoid being found in the presence of the angel of destruction. Batel, again, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much. I feel blessed. Really, I feel a tremendous amount of light over me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing.
Brother, thank you for sharing that.
Yes, bless our listeners. Bless me and bless our listeners, please, as it's your birthday.
Thank you, Joshua. As we share, we need to share more of ourselves. As you said that about being ill, I agree. Thanks for the reminder.
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful evening, rest of the evening. Thanks again.
I wish you, as I said on your birthday, to continue having the strength, having the clarity, to do your special, unique work that you're already doing, and to really welcome the other souls that actually waiting. It's beautiful, your commitment. So may you always have the ability to share your light, and really sending all the light and the blessings to Jamaica. I always had desire to go and visit there. I'm kind of drawn to the culture, the people. I really had a lot of actually desire to do that. So I think this is going to be coming soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Batel. God Hashem bless you, my dear.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Good night. Oh boy, that was special. Yeah, man. She decided to spend her birthday with us and read some Zohar for us. You're listening to Diaspora Connection featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans. My name is Joshua. This is what we do here, friends. This is what we do here. We give you tools, expose you to tools that I know you're not familiar with, but begin to get familiar with it. You need a Zohar. You can go on our website and you can request one, or you can give me a WhatsApp, give me a call. The number is country code +1 516 965 5700. Again, country code +1 516 965 5700. Wherever you are in the world, if you want, get you a free Zohar. Yes? Tomorrow, what I'll do is play a few Zohar stories so that you can hear testimony of the power of the Zohar. What the Zohar, having the Zohar on themselves, what it has done for them. Yeah? Tomorrow, we'll do that. I wanted to. One of the 7 minutes. It's gonna take us to 7:20. All right, let me play this lecture by one of the teachers that you've heard before, Yosef Yeshurun.
The theme of this week is being a tzaddik, being righteous. This week's portion, we begin the story of Joseph from the Bible. He is the son of Yaakov, Jacob, amongst the other 11 sons as well. And of course, there's a lot to say about the entire story and the drama of it all. But because we're only just a few minutes with this voice note, I want to focus it on one idea. According to the Zohar, everything in the Torah is actually a code, and the different players represent different energies. Yosef represents the level of Yesod. Yesod is one of the 10 Sfirot, and it's the energy that channels all the light from the spiritual realm to the physical realm. It is the provider. It's the gatherer and the hunter of energy. And this week's portion, and in the Zohar, there's studying the life of Yosef, you realize, what does it take to be a provider? What is the one quality that he had that we can mimic? And the Zohar says it's the idea of being a tzaddik. He's called Yosef HaTzaddik, Yosef the righteous. Of course, all of the people that are righteous are tzaddikim, but nobody had that in their name. Yosef HaTzaddik, he is the tzaddik, the righteous, meaning he represents the level of Yesod, which is the level of righteousness. There's many components to his life story and many components of quote-unquote being righteous. However, I want to focus it on one idea, which is that Yosef was able to control his impulses. In Kabbalah, we call it restriction, but restriction is a very broad term. So I want to focus it on the idea of impulse control. It is part of our chemical makeup to be impulsive. Everyone, based on their own tikkun, is impulsive in different areas. Some are impulsive with their words, some with their negative thoughts, some sexual, some with food, some with alcohol, some with the phone, social media, scrolling. Everybody has their own version of what being impulsive means. Oh, I couldn't control myself. The foundation of it all is controlling where I am impulsive. Where in my life am I impulsive? Cannot control myself. Knee-jerk reaction. What Yosef did throughout his lifetime was make sure to identify where those weak spots are and be able to control himself. That made him able to be the chariot of Yesod, because Yesod, the provider, the gatherer from the upper worlds to the lower worlds, cannot happen if he is controlled by the lower world, meaning the physical world. Because whatever you are controlled by, you cannot control. Let's remember that. Whatever you are controlled by, you cannot control. Yosef knew that if he were to control this world and be the provider of energy, he needs to control himself and control all the different areas of life where he might be impulsive. And of course, the big test for him, although there were many, the big test was when, after he was sold into Egypt and he was a servant, the wife of his master started to seduce him. Day after day, she wore different clothes in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, just to get him to be with her. And there was a big culmination, and eventually he did the restriction. He did not give in to his impulses, and he stayed strong, even though he had no environment to support him. He was totally alone. He had every reason to be sad and to soothe himself, and he did not. He totally took control. That's why he represents like the maximum level of impulse control. But it's a very simple idea. It's not that complicated to be a provider of energy. It's not that it's difficult, but it's not that complicated. We think that being a tzaddik, meditations and talking to the Creator and doing all these things, very simple, guys. What's one area that you have a hard time controlling? Take control over that area. Where am I impulsive? If I take control over that area, I then control this universe. And that's why, not in this week's portion, but next week, when Yosef finally gets to be second in command of Egypt, which was the most powerful kingdom then, it says, Vayeshev hu hashalit al haaretz. Yosef was the ruler, was in total control of this physical world. How was he in control of the world? Because he took over control of his body. And it says in the Zohar, all the different levels of kingdom that was represented by different jewelry on the body. There was like a neck brace, there was a bracelet, there was a crown, like all these different things represented each area of his life that he controlled over. All the different places where he could have been impulsive and he didn't. He could have succumbed to the desire for the self alone and he did not. I'll leave you with one other aspect to this, which is how to transform impulsivity. Because it's again, I'm using the word impulsive specifically, not just desire to receive for the self alone, which is usually what we say. But the idea of transforming impulsivity is doing the restriction. First of all, identifying where am I impulsive. Saying, okay, I'm committing to work on this, and I cannot suppress myself, so I need to, of course, we are vessels. We need to be vessels to receive light and goodness. That's the purpose of creation. But one of the problems of impulsivity is that it's without consciousness. There is no thought. It is impulsive. There's no brain behind it. So instead of being impulsive in that area, be deliberate. Say, no, I do want to eat chocolate in moderation when it's appropriate because it makes me a little happy and it's good. So it's in moderation, it's okay. I'm doing it deliberately, not by accident, not because it's there, not because, the app is there, let me just open it. No, if I'm going to do something and I'm going to enjoy this world, let me do it with consciousness. And that's how we want, on one hand, restrict, not be impulsive, but also still be a receiver of goodness. And again, depending on each person, there's a different level of what that really means. But the foundation of it all is identifying where my body gets the best of me, where I'm impulsive, and committing to take control over it, knowing that when I take control over that, I take control over this world, and I become a gatherer and provider of energy and miracles.
the Zohar calls at the Kabbalah Center. Alright. Stand by.
Hope if you post it already.
Is it on the screen? Verse 88
Okay.
is Aramaic,
Yeah.
please.
Okay. Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yehuda Amar, Avraham Yada Bechahu Me'arta Simana Velibe Ute Tama Zayin Hava Begin de Mikatmat Dena Al Letaman Zayin Vehakma לאדם, והקווה תמירין תמן זין ונה הווה ידה דאינון חבו אלה חמה דיוקנה ואיס צקל ואית פתק לחד פתחה דגינתה דעדן תמן זין וההוא דיוקנה דאדם הווה כאין לגבי. 88 English. Thank you.
Thank you. Janita, please read translation for verse 88. Hayei Sarah, it's on the screen.
Thank you. Wonderful. Rabbi Yehuda said, Abraham recognized a sign in that cave, namely the cave of Machpelah, and his heart and desire were there, for he had entered it before and seen Adam and Eve entered there. He asks, how did you know it was they? For he did not know them. He answers, he saw the form of Adam and looked at it. Then a door to the Garden of Eden opened before him, and he understood that this was the form of Adam before him. He understood that he deserved to be buried in the gates of the Garden of Eden because he had been in the Garden of Eden during his lifetime. End of verse. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Janita.
Thank you.
10:31
Bye.
It's time to conclude, to finish the connection for the DC Study Group and welcome our friends from Jamaica. Hello, Joshua.
Thank you, Hayem.
Yes,
good-
thank you, Chaim. Thank you, everybody.
Bye,
Thank
Joshua.
you, Rivka. Thank you, everyone.
Janita,
Bye.
host Joshua, okay? So you should be okay.
Thank you, Chaim.
Thank you so much.
Shalom.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Haksabeak to next week.
Aksameh.
Yes. All right. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Jamaica Zohar call. Let me share my screen. Let's see. Okay. Yes, and for those of you on World Vibes Radio, this is the 30-minute Zohar reading dedicated to Jamaica. And yes, okay, sharing my screen now. Okay. So as normally, we will begin with the prayer of the Ari. And let's see. Okay. One soul with the Rav and Karen all the Sadikim. A prayer of the Ari. Ruler of the universe and master of all masters, the Father of mercy and forgiveness, we thank you, our God and the God of our fathers, by bowing down and kneeling, that you brought us closer to your Torah and your holy work, and you enable us to take part in the secrets of your holy Torah. How worthy are we that you grant us with such big favor. That is the reason we plead before you. that you will forgive and acquit all our sins, and that they should not bring separation between you and us. And may it be your will before you, our God and the God of our fathers, that you will awaken and prepare our hearts to love and revere you. And may you listen to our utterances and open our closed heart to the hidden studies of your Torah. And may our study be pleasant before your place of honor, as the aroma of sweet incense. And may you emanate to us light from the source of our soul to all of our being. And may the sparks of your holy servants, through which you revealed your wisdom to the world, shine. May their merit and the merit of their fathers and the merit of their Torah and holiness support us, so that we shall not stumble through our study. And by their merit enlighten our eyes and our learning, as it is stated by King David, the sweet singer of Israel. Open my eyes, so that I will see wonders from your Torah, because from his mouth God gives wisdom and understanding. May the utterances of our mouth and the thoughts of our heart find favor before you, God, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
So, again, good evening, everyone. As we invite the Rav and Karen and all the Sadiqim, Moshe Rabbeinu, the Baal Shem Tov, Rav Ashlag, Rav Brandwine, may we be channels of this great light, pure channels, that the light of the light force of the Creator will come through and just correct every illness, every malfunction, set the crooked path straight, and bring Mashiach and the end of pain and suffering for all people. And for those of you who have loved ones that you would like to mention or for elevation of soul, you may do so now. Okay. So there are not many of us tonight. Actually, Paul. I remember you read Aramaic last time, so you are our only Aramaic reader, Paul. I hope that's okay.
No, I'm so sorry. I was only going to stay for a little bit, and
That's
then because
okay.
I'm fading fast.
That's
But
okay.
to do all the Aramaic, even if I was feeling well, it would be hard.
Okay, buddy.
And I
No,
definitely fading.
no
So
problem. We'll scan it.
well.
We'll scan it. So we're here in chapter 10. You can, if you're able to do one, that we would appreciate as much as you can do.
Do the first
Okay, very good.
one. We'll do the first one.
Okay, this is chapter 10 in the portion of Vayeshev. And a certain man found him. Synopsis. This section addresses the role of providence in the sale of Joseph to the Egyptians and illustrates our inability to interpret events and their casual relationships as positive or negative, since we are ignorant of their role in God's preordained design. Relevance. The selling of Joseph into slavery and his subsequent rise from the status of prisoner to the second in command of Egypt alludes to our ability to take control over the physical reality and triumph over our most base desires, thereby freeing our souls. The strength to accomplish this is aroused within us by the liberating light set aflame by these Kabbalistic verses. In addition, we become more cognizant of our limited perspectives on life, particularly when hardships strike. Just as Joseph's imprisonment was a dire and tragic predicament that was eventually turned into triumph, our afflictions can be transformed into conquest given the right state of enlightened consciousness. That is, the foresight and wisdom to see beyond the immediate circumstances. Enlightenment is thus awakened in us by the lessons and light emitted through the luminous letters of the Hebrew language appearing in this passage. Wow. All right. All right then. Again, I want to welcome everyone to the call. Batsheva Sali, do you read Hebrew? I mean, do you read Aramaic or English?
I read English.
Okay. All right then. And Janita, you read English, right?
Yes, hi, Joseph. Thank you so much. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I will read. Yes.
Okay, good. All right. All right, Brother Paul.
Okay, thank you so much. Verse 102. Vaim tse ahu ish ve'ina oe toe ba b'share ve'ish alehu ha'ish lemo ma tevakesh ma chtiv לעילה ויאמר ישראל על יוסף הלא אשך רואים בשכם לקה ואעשה לכך אלוקים וכי יעקב שלמה דהבה רחם ליוסף מכל בנוי והוא ידע דכל איחוי הבו סנאין לעמי שדר לקה איהו אלה איהו לה חשיר אליהו דהבה דכולהו הבו זכוין זכאין ולה חשיר לון אלה גרם קודשה בריחו קלדה בגין לקימה גזרה דגזר בין אבטרים. End verse. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Paul. Man, the amount of light that you generated through that whole thing was so amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. Hi, Anne-Marie. Good evening. Thanks for being with us. Would you like to read verse 102?
I thank you for the opportunity. Greetings, everyone. One soul. And a certain man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field. And the man asked him, saying, What are you seeking? It is written earlier, and Israel said to Joseph, Do not your brothers feed the flock in Shechem? Come, and I will send you to them. Why did the perfected Jacob, who loved Joseph better than the other sons, and knew that his brothers hated him, send Joseph to them? He answers, Because he knew they were righteous. He did not distrust them. The Holy One, blessed be he, caused all this to carry out the decree he made to Abraham in the covenant between the pieces. End of 102. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Right, so since we don't have another Aramaic reader, what we're going to do is we're going to scan verse 103. And it's very rare that we don't have an Aramaic reader. And I think it's good to feel the pain of not having one, so that we appreciate when we do, appreciate even more when we do have one.
It's been a strange day. I've been at the hospitals early, to the doctors most of the morning, and I came back and it was just strange, just listening. All day it's just been strange. People are getting kicked off. What was it? It was just a lot of strange things happening today. On this, in just about every Zohar call that I listened to.
Really?
Yes, and I ended up falling asleep on one and woke up and there was nobody in the room.
Wow.
It was weird.
Well, thank God.
But we're here now, so let's make the
about to say we're here now.
Yeah, let's make the best.
Absolutely. Baruch Hashem. Vayeshev, would you like to read verse 103?
Yes, thank you. One soul. We have found it stated in ancient books that it is imperative that the sons of Jacob have mastery over Joseph before he descended to Egypt. For if he had gone there before they dominated him, the Egyptians would have ruled over Israel in perpetuity, and Israel would not have been able to leave. Therefore, it came to pass that his brothers were Joseph's masters and sold him as a slave. Thus, when Joseph was later crowned king of Egypt, Israel ruled over them all. For they obtained mastery over Joseph, their king, by selling him to be a slave. It was as if they ruled over the Egyptians themselves. This weakened Egyptian power and enabled Israel to be freed from it. 104.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. And that is why the dots were over the word, I forget which word it is in the portion, which meant that the Shekinah was there when they sold Joseph, when they threw him in the pit, and when they sold him. The dots over the letters represented the Shekinah. So although it looked on the surface that it was, and it was not a nice thing to do, but it was purpose, and this is the Zohar explaining to us why. So we're going to scan verse 104. Actually, no. Let's see. Zohar.com 104. Okay. So while I see if I can get something, Janita, would you like to read verse 104, please?
Yes, thank you so much. One soul, with a Rav and Karen and all the Sadiqim, come and behold. Joseph was the supernal covenant, Yesod of Zerampin, and as long as the covenant Joseph endured, the Shekinah lived within Israel in peace. Once Joseph, the supernal covenant, was gone from the world and sold as a slave, the covenant, the Shekinah, and Israel all went into exile. This has been explained in connection with the verse, "Now there arose a new king over Egypt who knew not Joseph." This indicates that his rank had been removed and he went into exile. The Holy One, blessed be He, caused all this, and it happened as it had to. End of verse. Thank you.
Wow. Even more, the Zohar is telling us this is all in the plan of the Creator. So I was able to go to the Zohar.com app on my phone, and I should be able to play it so that you can hear it through the mic. Hold on. Let's see.
תחזה, וימצאהו איש דה גבריאל, והוקמוה כתיב, הכה וימצאהו איש, וכתיב, התם והאיש גבריאל אשר ראיתי, בחזון בתחילה, והנה טועה, בכל הטועה, דאבטח על אחוי, דהבה מטבע, אחווה דלהון, ולא אשכח, ותבע להו, ולא אשכח, ועל דה טועה בחולה. ועל דה וישאלהו איש לאמור מה תבקש.
Okay. Not bad. How did that sound? Did you guys hear that okay?
Perfect. Yeah.
Wow. Awesome.
That was great.
Technology. Thank God. Sarah Eartha, good evening, my dear. Thank you so much for being here. Would you like to read verse 105?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. And a certain man found him refers to Gabriel. It has been explained here that it is written, and a certain man found him, and elsewhere it is written, the man Gabriel, whom I had seen in the vision at the beginning. By analogy, we learn that the man in the first sentence is also Gabriel, and he was wandering in every way, for trusting his brothers, for seeking fraternity but not obtaining it, and for looking for them without finding them. Therefore the man asked him, saying, what are you seeking? End of 105, end of chapter 9.
Thank you so much. And we're just going to go on to chapter 11. I seek my brothers. Synopsis. Rabbi Yehuda interprets, I seek my brothers, to indicate Joseph's intimate association with righteous and the Shekinah. We are also shown how Joseph's enduring love and loyalty towards his brothers provide a human demonstration of God's compassion and love for the children of Israel. Relevance. The drama of human existence is more than a one-act play. It is a production that encompasses many lifetimes, where credits and debits accrue according to our actions. Therefore, forgiving those who have inflicted harm upon us really has nothing to do with the other person. Let me repeat that. Forgiving those who have inflicted harm upon us really has nothing to do with the other person. Kabbalistically, the people who hurt us in life are messengers. Everything that befalls us is a result of our prior deeds. The consequences of our actions eventually return through the agency of others in order to help us to achieve spiritual growth and correction. The strength to display compassion and forgiveness, even when we feel it is not deserved, is stimulated by the words of this passage. Wow. All right. And I want to welcome Suzanne to the call. Hey, Suzanne. So let's see. 106. Let's go for it.
ויאמר את אחי אנוכי מבקש וגומר. ויאמר האיש, נשאו מזה וגומר. רבי יהודה פתח, מי ייתנך כאח לי, יונק שדי אמי, אמצעך בחוץ, אשקך, גם לא יבוזו לי. היי קרא או כמוה חבריה, אבל היי קרא, כנסת ישראל, אמרו למלכה דשלמה דילי. מי ייתנך כאח לי, כיוסף על אחוי, דאמר ואתה אל תיראו, אנוכי אכלכל אתכם ואת טפכם. יהב לון מזונה, וזן לו בכפנה. בגין כך, מי ייתנך כאח לי? דבר אחר, מי ייתנך כאח לי? די יוסף ויאמר את אח...
All right. And let's see. Suzanne, hey, welcome. Would you like to read verse 106? Suzanne?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, it takes a while to. I'm on the phone and it just doesn't unmute immediately. It just doesn't. So thank you. I have dough all over my hands, but I'm happy to get this rigged up and
thank you.
Thanks for your patience. Thanks for including me. One soul. And he said, I seek my brothers. And the man said, they are departed from here. Rabbi Yehuda quoted the verse, oh, that you were as my brother that sucked the breast of my mother. When I should find you outside, I would kiss you and none would scorn me. This verse has already been explained by the friends. The congregation of Israel, the Nukva, said to the king, to whom peace belongs, to Zerenpin, oh, that you were as my brother, as Yosef was to his brothers. Yosef said to them, now therefore fear not, I will nourish you and your little ones. And he provided for them in the time of famine. Therefore the congregation of Israel said to Zerenpin, oh, that you were as my brother, as Yosef was to his brothers. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And let me cue up verse 107.
דבר אחר, מי ייתנך כאח לי? דה יוסף לגבה דשכינתה, דאיתאחד עמה ויתדבק בהדה. יונק שדי אמי, דה כדין אחווה, ושלימו בהדייהו. אמצעך בחוץ, גו גלותה. דאיהו בערה אחרא. אשכך בגין להתדבקה. רוחה ברוחה, גם לא יבוזו לי, אף על גב דענה בערה אחרא. תחזה, דיוסף אף על גב דאחוי לו הבוא לי כאחים. דבר אחר, מי ייתנך כאח לי? די יוסף.
Okay, whoa. All right. Anne Marie, we're back to you. Verse 107, please.
17. According to another explanation, oh, that you were as my brother. Joseph Yesod said this to the Shekinah, whom he joined and to whom he cleaved, that sucked the breast of her mother, means that when she received Milkim from Ima, there is friendship and unity between them. I should find you outside, in exile in a strange land, and I would kiss you to merge her spirit with his, and none would scorn me, although I am in a foreign land. End of 107.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, let's go to verse 108. Okay.
תחזי דיוסף אף על גב דאחוי לו הבוא לי כאחים, כד נפל בידיהו, איהו הווה לון כאחה, כד נפלו בידי, והעוקמוה דכתיב, וינחם אותם וידבר על ליבם, בכל הדיבר על ליבהו.
Okay. And Batsheva, verse 108, please.
108, one soul. Come and behold, although Joseph's brothers did not act as his brothers when he fell into their hands, he was a brother to them when they fell into his hands. This is understood from the verse, and he comforted them and spoke kindly to them. He spoke kindly in every way until they believed him. End of 108.
Thank you. And that brings us to the end of our reading tonight. You know, this was actually very special. Um, Brother Paul read one verse for us in Aramaic, and he had to leave. And then the creator brought to my mind that to use the Zohar app. So we were able to work it out and to get the energy of the Aramaic, even though I think we scanned 2 lines. So I want to thank you, all of you who were here. Thank you for reading of your English and being patient with the Aramaic and helping us make this happen. This is what unity and teamwork is all about. So I want to thank you very much. All right, and I see Brother David is here, our host for the next call. Hey, David.
Hey Joshua, how are you?
Thank God, thank God. Hope all is well with
Good.
you. Yes, hope all is well with you. So,
Oh, yeah, thank you.
so good night, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and may the miracles and the energy of Sagittarius continually to be with you and your family. Good night.
Good night. Thank you,
Thank you,
Joshua.
Joshua.
Thank you, Joshua.
Bye.
All right, let's see now. Let me stop sharing. I'm gonna exit. Yes, everyone. Those of you listening on World Vibes Radio, that was a 30-minute Zohar reading dedicated to Jamaica. You know, all of this may be new to you, and that's okay. Because you have to get exposed to it. And I pray it comes to the point where you'll develop a greater desire to want to know more, to study more, to want to be able to do more, to connect more to the energy. Because remember, this is not religion, this is science. So the more you know and the more you're able to do, because it's the doing that connects you. It's your actions that connects you. Okay? Your actions. So even if your thoughts are not completely there, let your actions speak. This is why Jesus said to those, the Pharisees, them say, if you don't believe me for my words, then believe me for my works. What was he doing? Healing the sick? Right? Feeding the poor? say, okay, you don't believe my words, then believe my actions. So that's what the teachings of Kabbalah are given to us, friends, to help us to navigate this world and to be successful at it. The Creator wanted to give Israel a secret weapon, as it were, and wanted them to be better than the rest because, again, that was his little project. They had the greatest desire to receive for the self unknown, which is basically greed. They want more than anybody else. Right? And once is if that characteristic can be converted from the desire to receive for the self alone to the desire to receive for the sake of sharing, then it is perfectly allowed and it is a blessing. All right? So until tomorrow night, friends, where we'll go over, I'll play another lecture by Joseph Yeshurun, and we'll talk a little bit more about Joseph and his being sold into Egypt. Right? And we'll hear from the Rav. And we want to bless Batel again for joining us on her birthday and reading Zohar for us. Hashem bless you, Batel. May you never want. And for those of you listening, again, join us again tomorrow night for another episode of Diaspora Connection featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans. My name is Joshua. Have a good night.